there's often this idea that vegan food will naturally be something where you're denying yourself the pleasures of food on a sensual level. And so it's always been really interesting to me to be able to show people how wrong that is, and that we can do things with texture and flavor and senses that the pleasures of eating food, you still get all that with vegan food for sure. There's a huge variety of food that you can eat if you're abstaining from animal products. In fact, you'd be amazed at what kind of things you can find even just in your local environment that taste amazing, that don't have anything to do with animal agriculture. You can find examples from all kinds of different cuisines from around the world that you can pull inspiration from, where there's vegan food that is just a natural part of everyday life, that use a lot of different vegetables and tofu and different kinds of soy products, tempeh, fermented things, misos, and other kind of stir fries and curries. It's getting easier all the time to be able to go out and enjoy vegan food in a restaurant setting. There's places opening up all the time, and even in places that aren't fully vegan or vegetarian, they're more and more catering to people with that diet as it's becoming more and more popular and taking off. SAF is a very busy restaurant. We can often easily do like 200 people in a day, and it was voted by Time Out as one of the top 50 restaurants in the city in 2009. So for a vegan restaurant to be in that category, it's pretty impressive. And so our clientele and the people who come here come from a variety of different backgrounds. There's obviously a large sort of vegan and vegetarian contingent, but you get people who have no knowledge of those types of diets who are just curious and want to come and experience what the food's like and check it out. I don't consider it more difficult in terms of creating really good food on the plate. It's fundamentally not different in that sense from meat-based food. You do find, though, that in a vegan restaurant, the chefs themselves are often much more engaged and passionate with what they're doing because the way in which they got to that place involved their own personal beliefs and philosophies more so than in a traditional kitchen. Fatih came here from Munich just before I arrived here. As a head chef, obviously, he's got a lot of things to take care of, but he is open to discussing what's being done and how can we make it better.
I started work in SAF about 4 years ago, and after that I decided to be vegan, and I give up everything in one night. And I feel the difference between the old days and now. So I'm much more healthy, and I don't need to go back to eat this kind of animal products anymore. So actually SAF changed my lifestyle. People love our foods, and they always keep asking to open the second one. We have lots of vegan and organic wine, so if you have a good baked tofu, you can get nice red wine. Normally, if you're making risotto, you have to use some chicken stock, veal stock, or beef stock, whatever, but I just use some mushroom stock or vegetable stock. I think it's the most popular dish in restaurant now. Lots of Italian people is coming back after that experience. They say it's beautiful risotto, delicious risotto. So I'm happy with that.
Working in a vegan restaurant as a chef at the level we're trying to work at is really exciting because there's this sense that we're trying to push the boundaries and do things that haven't been done before and sort of be at a level that's respected as just restaurant and just food, and then people come here and just enjoy an amazing meal, and then on top of which it's entirely plant-based. And we get a lot of good feedback, and a lot of people are really excited about the meals that they had. And so it's sort of rewarding to be able to have that impact and be able to show people what's possible.